Alrighty, guys, welcome back to La Vida Podcast. Today we are in downtown LA. Well, how you doing?
I am good. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
me
Of
on.
course, thank you for bringing us here to your business. Can you please be kind to introduce yourself to the viewers and let them know who you are?
Hola Vida Podcast. I am Boroses Rosales, and I am a fashion designer, wardrobe stylist, costume designer in LA. And I always say made in Mexico, raised in San Diego, and self made in LA.
Nice. So, how did the design stylist started doing for you?
Design, I think the love for fashion started since I was very young. I always loved dressing up, and I was always inspired by las novelas. And um, my mall was the swap meets, the yard sales, and I just I just loved it. And my mom will always tell me it's not what you're wearing, it's how you wear it.
Correct.
And it stuck with me, and it's just been something that feels natural. I think the things that you love shouldn't be hard, and it's just something that brings me life every time I work on something, and it's my passion. So it started since very young,
That's good.
and I'm still young.
How was your youth?
My youth. Mm, my youth was I loved school. I think school was my haven, and I grew up with a small family, but a big family. We are seven. I'm the oldest of seven kids. And it was just my mom, my stepdad, and it was just like just my siblings and I. And I feel like it was just surrounded by them. And yeah, it was just very, very family. I feel like,
Family oriented.
yeah, family oriented. I feel like I didn't know what I didn't have.
Okay.
And so I feel like it was maybe not perfect, but I didn't know that it wasn't perfect until you get older and you see the difference. And I always embraced, and I just love my family, my mom, my siblings. And I feel like my youth taught me how to be strong, be resilient, be happy with what you have, and embrace
Definitely.
everything.
That's nice. And at what stage of life you chose or decided to take this route as be a designer?
You know, when I was in high school, I knew I wanted to be a designer. And I was in ninth grade. I'm like, okay, I have 4 more years. And after 4 more years, I'm going to go to FIDM. And I didn't have the resources or the money to attend a school that was very expensive then.
Yeah.
And when I moved to LA, I started doing personal styling, and that's where it started. I met one of my clients introduced me to a costume designer, and from there I worked with her for a year, and then from there it's like history, and I've been in the
Took off.
industry for nine years.
How old were you when that happened?
How old was I? I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't count the years anymore. Just know
That's a
I
good,
count the years, but
that's a
I
good
don't.
answer.
I don't.
That's a
I
good
don't.
answer. Also, when you finished your high school, what was your thoughts at that time? What exactly you wanted to do as a career?
I always knew I wanted to be a fashion
Okay.
designer. I didn't know how that was gonna happen after I realized, like, oh, my mom can't afford school. I just didn't know that there was resources out there. And I started with retail, and I went to community college. And when I moved to LA, I'm like, I'm just gonna become a wardrobe stylist, and that's how it all started. For a few years when I moved to LA, one of my clients introduced me to a costume designer, and I I worked with her for a year. There was a lot of learning there, and then from there I just went on my own, and I've been in the industry for 9 years.
Nice. So did you went to a school designer or something like that?
I didn't go to school.
Okay.
Um, my experience all has been just by it was like the first year that I was working with the costume designer who was transitioning from music videos to film. And for a long time, and it's something that I still struggle with, is that I didn't go to school and I
Okay.
felt like I wasn't good enough. And it was an insecurity that I had for a long time. And sometimes I struggle with that, but I'm embracing it. And I'm very happy of the success that I have in knowing that I didn't have to go to school. But it's never too late. Now, I know so much, and I know if I was to go back, which is something that I still want to do, just to tell my just so I know that I can't do it. But it didn't help me back.
What why what would you say that? What do you mean by that? Insecurity.
I felt insecure because I felt like education was the only way out from something that my mom didn't do. I know she was very smart, but she just didn't get to go to school. She had 7 kids, and my dream was like my mom didn't do it, but I want to do it. And it was still difficult because I didn't go to school. And I felt when I started in the industry, I was saying 80% of the people like, oh, I went to this film school, I went to this film school, and I couldn't say that. But you can't teach talent.
True.
And I learned so much working on the field. And it's just that's why I felt like I wasn't at their level, but I was because I had the talent. I have the talent.
You do have the talent. So what I'm trying to understand here that only because you feel that you don't have the title at that time, you didn't feel you were enough to have this title of
Yes.
as a designer. Is that my understanding?
100%. Yeah.
Even though you do have the talent and you have shown for the amount of years that you've been on being a designer, but you just feel or felt at that time that that title it was missing.
Yes. And I embrace now the self-made. And yeah, that's how I felt for a long time. And now I embrace that I started from the ground up.
Yeah.
And I want to tell other people that are listening, that are in my same position, or were in my same position, that you don't give up. You just keep, God is going to put away and, or create a path.
Sure.
And I didn't give up. I didn't even though it was an insecurity, I didn't let it stop me.
You simply push it forward and created something out of nothing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Your name speaks for itself, and at the end of the day, that's all you.
Yes.
That's all you. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so tell us which one was your first break that you got that you were like, "This is it. I don't regret."
My first break?
Yes.
Ooh, my first break. Um, I feel like this is a question that, if I can rephrase it, is like, what's your favorite project?
Okay.
I want to say that I've done so many things. I feel like there's been big and small, and I love all of them. And I mean, this is probably one that most people don't know. Some people do know. Is I designed the shirt for Bad Bunny's album cover, "Yo hago lo que me dé la gana," and so I designed a T-shirt that the kid's wearing on his bicycle, which is supposed to be Bad Bunny when he was
Yeah.
his younger self. So that's pretty big,
Yes, it is.
pretty big. I remember when he went to, I believe, Jimmy Kimmel,
Okay.
and he brought out the album,
Hmm.
and I was like, oh my gosh, I thought it was just a single cover, and it turned out to be the whole album. So that was pretty big. And there's a few of those.
That's good.
Yes.
Now, reminiscing at all of this that we're just talking about and going back into not having the title yet, but you created this shirt for Blood Money. How do you
Yes,
feel
really.
about that? I
I
mean,
feel
you don't have the title, but you still producing.
yes, creating and designing
Correct.
something that has been seen. It's crazy to say right now. It's worldwide. It's been seen worldwide,
Yes,
and it's kind of hitting me right now. I'm like, I wasn't thinking worldwide, but it has been worldwide, and my name is behind that,
that's great.
and
Are you proud of that?
I'm very proud. Yes,
You should.
yes,
I think always hard work always pays off
a hundred
slowly.
percent.
You know what I mean? And I think that giving yourself enough credit to you and to those small business like yourself, it's a must. We don't give enough credit to ourselves for the fact that I feel that we are stuck into the actual daily routine,
Yeah.
you know, paying our bills and how to be above water that we don't see the bigger picture.
Yes.
And I feel that you have created enough legacy for yourself and for the youth out there that is watching the video that, might want to follow your steps.
Yes.
You know
Follow
what I mean?
your dreams. Don't give up. Um, no matter how big or small, if you touch that, it's yours, and embrace it. I feel
100%.
that's one something that I'm still learning to embrace, whether it's big or small, and don't worry about the likes or don't worry what other people think. It's just feel proud, and everything is a learning. And always very happy to collab with people. I'm always happy to be in a place where I can keep growing my team, and it's just, uh, I mean, behind me there's village, and sometimes it's only one, sometimes it's two of us. Can we make it happen? And
It's good.
I love that.
How many employees do you have?
Depends on the project. It can go 2, 3. I'm starting to reach out to people that follow me, and whenever I need when if the budget's not there, I'm seeing this as an opportunity to go. You don't have to do it alone. Reach out to other people that are watching you that want the experience, and as long as I can give them something back, because it's hard out there.
Sure.
And if it feels hard to ask, oh, work for me for free. I don't ever want to take advantage of anyone, but I don't want to see it that way. I want to see it as like I'm teaching something that I know. I might feel bad, but this is something they will love to
Correct.
do, and
New experience.
new experience. And I'm gonna be creating a document where they can fill out information and just tell me what they want to collab, how
That's
I
dope.
can help them, so I can always go back to that,
Yeah,
and help out anytime I can. And they're also helping me.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. You're gonna
Yes.
help them to get a new experience, and they're gonna help you
Yes.
on that type of work.
Yes.
So that's great. As any of your relatives are on the same field like you?
No, I'm the only one in my family that works in the industry.
Mhm.
And I was just actually talking to my sister. Um, all my siblings live in different states, and my mom and my dad are not here anymore. And it never bothered me that they can't be there. They support me,
Okay.
but it was like, oh, I wonder why it feels like I wish they were here experiencing this with me, or coming to a premiere, or just having one of them. My mom was so smart. My mom was I learned so much from her, and I believe because of like she was so resilient, so smart, and she was on survival mode. And I come to terms that I don't want to be on survival mode. And I believe she's watching and she's happy and proud of of Michelle. She didn't really know Bo. She just knew Michelle, and she's just I she did create Bo as well, because Bo is the person that she is was telling me, like, it's not what you're wearing, it's how you wear it. And that's who Bo is. And she created that. She planted that seed. And I know she's proud. Um Sometimes I'm just like, send me a sign, and then she does, and I see a butterfly, and that's how I connect back to her. And but yeah, like, I was just telling my sister, I'm like, it's kind of starting to bother me. But then I'm like, no, I know the circumstances, they're not here, but they're watching, and they always like say something. And I have a great community, and they support me. And I'm also grateful because I built my outside family and my community, and I'm embracing, and I'm happy. I'm like I said, I'm the oldest of seven. My all my siblings, I mean, I can name them all: Turian, Johnny, Sheida, Ibrahim, Janveen, Jair. Each and one of them have told me how proud they are of me, and they look up to me. And it feels good. It feels great to have their support, and knowing that I am making a difference to them. And I am the example of, like, don't give up, keep going. And I mean, it feels amazing to have their support and their love. And even though they can't be with me at every premiere or anything that comes out, they show me the energy, the love is there, the words are there. And I'm grateful to have siblings that love me and support me. And I can't wait till you guys tell me you I mean, one of our is an engineer, one wants to become a plumber. There's one that is super creative, that he needs to just travel the world, go to Japan. He's just great. I have a brother who I always say he'll be the first millionaire in the family. I'll be the second. And my sister, she told me she wants to go to nursing school. So I'm so happy for her. And my other brother, he wants to become a pastor.
That's nice.
Yes.
You being the oldest of seven, you feel that you have some type of weight as a responsibility to guide him as a role model type of.
Being the
Mhm.
oldest, you inherit that responsibility. And my whole life, I have been not only their sister, but their second mom. And but I want to be their sister more than their mom. We only have one mom, but I'm always going to be here to guide them and to love them. And I don't want them to ever feel judged, or they can't tell me anything. I want to be your best friend.
Yeah,
And it's definitely something that I've carried with me. And I'm learning to not put that much pressure on myself. But I love them so much.
that's family. You're the
Yeah.
oldest one, so tell us a little bit more about your job. How do you what would be the word? How do you start a project? Let's say they ask you, give us the Bad Bunny shirt.
The
How
Bad Bunny.
you know how do you start our project? They're like, we want you to do something unique for us, or how
So
was that?
every project, and that would go with the Bad Bunny's shirt
Hmm.
that I designed and sourced. Every project is prepping and fittings, the shoot, and then wrapping up the job, returns, the admin part. The returns and the admin part is the least favorite. Certain projects, I have to create a deck. I speak to the director, and my job as the wardrobe stylist and costume designer is to bring the director's vision to life. And not only the director, but the client that we're working with. And some projects I have 1 week, 2 weeks to prep. And the first thing is speaking to the director, creating the deck to make sure that what that I'm bringing their vision to life. There's a lot of back and forth with the deck, and then you start shopping or designing depending. And for instance, for the Bad Bunny cover, I think I had like probably less than 2 days to create.
2 days.
2 days, yes.
Wow.
And I remember it was during COVID. But a lot of my projects have been that where like, oh, I need this yesterday. And I'm like, and I make it happen. For instance, like I just created a piñata a month ago, and the project just came out last week. And I also had 5 days. And when I say 5 days, is like we start in the morning, and probably Don Chip and I would stay till like 7, 8. And there was a lot of improvising with the piñata because I had never made a botarga or a mascot before, and they wanted it to look like a giant piñata. And they were very adamant we needed to look like a piñata. So I'm like, I'm gonna make that paper. And you learned the papel crepe is very strong, so we sew it, and it looks great. So if you go to my Instagram, you can see it. It looks great. And then with Bad Bunny, so I curated what they had envisioned, right? And I went to the fabric store, and it was very specific what they wanted. So I had to like find the fabric. And when something's so specific, that's hard because you literally have to find exactly what they want. And if you don't have time, you can't just make it. So I had to find, there was a lot of back and forth like, does this look good? You like this? And I wish I can like show the fabrics and other things. But there was a lot of back and forth. And
A lot in the vaccine.
oh my gosh, yes. And because of the print that they wanted, there was nothing that was stretchy.
Okay.
So the shirt is very stiff.
Oh wow.
So it's like we couldn't make it too big, and then I had to ship it to Puerto Rico. And but it came out great. And then like a few months later they called me again to make another one because the kid grew,
Yeah.
and you can see it in the music video because they also did a music video with the same
Right.
kid, same shirt. And like I said, there's no stretch in that shirt. So that was the hard part.
Where does Boo come out with the ideas?
The ideas.
You go back like home and think about growing up, or you just being on the field, working here, creating all that stuff. It's just
Yeah.
randomly comes into your head.
If I can describe the way my creative brain, I would say think of like a baseball
Okay.
game. And
So
obviously,
what it?
I mean, like, my practice is every job I'm learning. Everything going outside is practice because everything inspires me somehow, prints, colors. And I feel like the picture is it's just the client, the director, and they just throw me curveballs. And just like, I mean, sometimes I get strikes, sometimes I throw a home run, sometimes a grand slam. And I feel like that's the best way. It's just everything is a practice. And for instance, I just did a project with Pro Club in Data Barrera, a mariachi singer. And mariachi and pro club. A lot of you know pro club, and it's a collaboration with them and myself. So in that moment, I was creating as I was speaking to them because they're like, "Oh, we would like her to wear pro club," and I'm like, "How do I put in mariachi, beta, pro club, and me?" And
Your design.
yeah, in my designs. And I'm like, I need as many black jackets you can give me. I talked to Data and I was like, this is what I have in mind. This is what I want to design. I want to design a mariachi outfit
Mhm.
for you using Pro Club and one of my designs. And she was like, okay. And we only had one day.
One day.
And Don Chepe and I, yes, we had the fitting. They drop off the jackets. I'm so happy Data trusted my vision and also Pro Club.
Yes.
They trusted, and I was also telling Don Chepe, I'm like, this is what I have in mind. And I created a sketch, and I'm like, it kind of looks like this. And it was in the moment. It's like, I mean, when they throw you the ball, you
Yeah.
just gotta hit, and
Yeah, right away.
that was a home run.
It's nice. That's
Yes.
nice. Keep hearing Don Chepe. Who's Don Chepe for you?
Don Chepe is a magician.
Okay.
Don Chepe is the man who creates all my designs,
Brings the idea to life.
brings the idea to life, and everybody needs a Don Chepe in their life. And he's just that person that everything I design, I trust him. And we've done so many great things. And he's the reason why I'm able to work so fast. And I'm just so confident that anything they ask me for, we're gonna get it done because I have him.
That's nice.
And he's just the mechanic, the magician, just like I want this, and it's just like boom, 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 he gets it done. And he's a great what's the word?
Part of your team.
Yeah, he is the team.
That's
So
nice.
without Don Chepe, I don't know what I would do. It would be a lot harder.
Definitely.
I met Don Chepe in the building that we are at right now. I had my showroom, and the first office um we had it for a few months, and I'm like, oh, we can go bigger. And then we were gonna go to a bigger space, and so we're like, okay, we have to just sell things that we don't need. And we were like passing out flyers, posting things, and everybody in the building went.
Hmm.
And that's where I met him. He came and he bought a few stuff, and we started talking. He's like, oh yeah, I sew. My wife makes patterns, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I had someone else that would do all my sewing,
Hmm.
and during COVID, the person that did my she's actually the last person that did the Bad Bunny shirt, and then after that, she wasn't in the building anymore. She just started working for a company, so she wasn't available for me. And I remember seeing his story, and I saw something that he made. I was like, oh my god, I love this. And I just the story. So that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go with you. And then I remember him. I don't know what he made first, but it was so good. I was like, wow, this guy is so good with detail, and his craft is just so great.
Creations.
And I'm like, and the
This is
rest,
it.
yeah, everybody knows Don Chepe. He's great at alterations. I don't gatekeep him because he deserves to be working all the time.
It's great.
And so if you need any alterations, anything, reach out to Don Chepe. We've been a team since 2020. So it's 5 years. It feels like it's longer. I feel like I've known him for a
Forever.
long forever. Yes. Him and his wife. Oh, I love them so much. But yeah, 5 years.
That does Boo um deal with regrets and disappointments.
How do I deal with regrets and disappointments? Regrets and disappointments. I trust that every disappointment is a lesson, and maybe I don't have a lot of regret, but I do feel I'm because I have to be so strong my whole life. I tend to roll up the sleeves and go with the punches, but it's like I don't like to make mistakes twice. So whatever disappointment, there's a lesson to be taught, and I'm a sponge. I learn from it. So I try not to focus on the negative, but just see the positive in that teaching of that lesson.
We always learn something,
Yeah.
for every decision that we make.
Yes.
That made, so
I have a lot of faith. I'm very optimistic. And that's what, without my faith, I wouldn't be this strong.
that's great. That's great. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Where do I see myself in 5 years from now? I know it's going to be big, and I want to come back to this podcast
Yes, please.
and
Yes, please.
and really tell you where I see myself. It's kind of hard to explain or to express myself with words.
Yeah.
I'm more of a visionary, and if I can draw it for you, I would draw it. But it's just grand, big, and I want to be in many more podcasts, panels, and just keep creating this legacy and keep, you know, building my empire, having a Boroses Rosales empire, and just working all over the country, not just in the States, but in Mexico, Europe, Japan, um, everywhere. I can be in touch, and I know it's gonna be victorious and blessed, and just give that light to more people, and just help the community, and just with love, I feel that we'll get very far.
Sure you will. You have a lot of talent, so
Thank you.
slowly.
Yes.
Hard work always pays off.
Yes. The way I would say advertise for roses, my whole work and the way I get work,
Hmm.
everything has been word of mouth. I do want to, I mean, in 5 years, I will be with an agency. I will do more PR. Right now, everything is self made, great work ethic. I give a lot of love to everything I do. And that's why I am very successful, because they do love what I do. They love how I work. And I stay authentic. I'm probably one of the, if I can describe Bo as a stylist, is I don't like to force anything on anyone. What I want to bring out of you is confidence and just love what you're wearing. And not because I put it on you, it's because you are internally just feel so great that I'm bringing that out of you. And the clothes, the shoes, all that, it's just the little accessories, but I I'm able to bring something out of people that they didn't know they had. Oh, they knew. And even like me, I mean, I was very timid and quiet for a long time. And I feel I keep bringing work to me is because I'm a hard worker.
Sounds like a quality over quantity.
Yes. I'm a hard worker. When you work with me, it's like we make it happen. And also the people that work with me, it's like we're a team.
Hmm.
Is we're not competing with each other is like, let's make this the best and show them what we're all about.
It's great. Getting into this creation, who did you had any mentors? Did you saw anyone that you wanted to follow their steps?
That's a good question. I don't have a mentor, but I feel that anybody that gives me any type of wisdom advice, I take that. Sometimes I felt like, am I doing good or bad and not like researching who is my competition, right? I don't want to tell them my competition, but it's been like work, 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 and that I haven't really studied anybody else. And I'm embracing that because everything I do is because it really comes out of me. It's not like, oh, what's in trend? What are they gonna like? And that's something that I didn't know. It was a good
Okay,
quality. And so no mentor yet. I but I would love to be a mentor
to someone.
to many people, not just one. To many people. I know that if you throw me a project that has $3 million budget, that's a lot of money.
Yes.
And I can't do it alone. I
Manifest.
need a team. Yes, I need my team and just knowing that I can bring work to other people is it's a dream, and that's why I would like to be with an agency because I know that's what's going to take me to the next step.
What does puts you apart from other designers out there? What is bold different?
What sets me apart, I would say, from other designers, like I said, I don't study other designers, but what sets me apart is, again, I I feel like I bring something out of I bring out empowerment in people, and I don't feel like I need to force you to wear what I think is
Yeah.
cool. Like, I'll show it to you and I know it's gonna look good on you, but you need to be ready. And I'm there to be with them every step up on the way. And and then when they're ready to elevate their confidence, because that's all it is,
Yeah.
then I'm there. Like, I'll bring you a trash bag and we'll make it look good. So I think that's what sets me apart. I'm not really sure for everyone else, but it's just, just being authentic and my work ethic,
Being you at the end of the day.
being me. I'm
Yeah.
sure they're all themselves and I think it's great. There's a lot of qualities of other people that I admire that sometimes I know that I don't have, but I'm just like more, if I can describe myself, I would say silent power. I'm someone who's very powerful but quiet.
It's nice.
Yes.
Moving silent.
I'm moving silent.
That's
Yes.
great. That's great. Is anyone that you feel that you want to work with as a collaboration? Any brand or anyone in specific?
Mhm. There is many people I want to collab with. And I keep saying this name is Guillermo del Toro.
Oh yes.
Yes. I would love to work with more Latino and Mexican artists. Keep working with directors that we speak the same language. I would love to collab with more brands, even with other stylists. And I'm ready for everything. Yeah, just anybody that's happy to work with me. I want to give that same energy back. Yeah. Yes.
How hard was it for you to get into this field at the end of the day? As how hard? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of different individuals there. Either they have the pull to be helped,
Yes.
but you don't have that, but you still created something out of your name. How hard was it for you to be where you are today?
It was How hard was it for me to get into the industry? It was I mean, it was hard because I didn't know anybody in the industry. It was just God had something in store for me, and that moment that door opened,
Hmm.
I I went right in, and it I can tell you it was hard. I don't know exactly how hard it was because I said I can't express myself sometimes
I
with
understand.
words. But it's like I also have this talent where I'm very good at like forgetting the bad, right? And the hard stuff. I just know it was hard, but I don't focus on it. It's like I did it, and it's a talent that I'm very blessed I have, but I can't deny that there was hardships. Do I remember all the hardships? No. But that moment, that opportunity presented, I was very grateful. And I'm happy that I never gave up
It's great.
for my resilience, my faith. And, you know, hardships will always pass. But, I feel like all those hardships have made me value everything that has been given to me,
Nice. Embracing everything
embracing everything.
at the end of the day.
You
At one point, you wanted to give up, but you were like, no, I want to do something else. I'm
know.
pretty sure there was a lot of stuff.
You know what? There's times where I'm like we even said it earlier, like it just takes that one project,
Yeah.
that one job, that one podcast. And even though I've done amazing things, I'm still not like the most recognizable wardrobe stylist, fashion director in the world. And but I'm gonna still keep going and working, and I mean, I'm grateful that I still love what I do. So it just takes that one
That
project,
one
and I'm
project.
ready. Yes, and I'm gonna give it my all.
That's good. Give us an example when, let's say, somebody hires you or hire you, and I want to do a photo shoot or a video. How do you, how will you help me to be dressed properly for that video? Either because of the way that I carry myself, the way that I look. How would that work for me to have this?
Or like for instance, when we worked on the project for Shoe Palace
Yeah.
and Nike, they gave me the creative director Adrian had a vision,
Hmm.
and based on that vision, I designed and created some looks. And you have the product, and I did the casting, I produced the job, I was the fashion director. And I it depends on the project, so either come as you. Sometimes we have to say no logos, none of that. But it's just we have to follow the creative. And if I mean, you really can't change people, but an actor should be able to just change themselves, right? Go into character.
True.
And it just depends on the project. So I for that project, I was like, come as you, bring your car, and just be you. So that's how I was able to guide you with that project. But let's say we are working on a film and you work at a bank.
Hmm.
So it's easy. I create a deck. I give you references and, professional. You wear slacks, collar shirt, button up, tie, and, just what you would wear you worked at a bakery.
You will give them an idea or a couple of examples. They were like,
Yes. So for
this.
every project, you have to create a deck, and that deck is the wardrobe reference of their character or who they're playing. And there's a color palette, and you just have to either we ask them to bring clothes
Hmm.
or I have to source everything.
That's
So
nice.
when the budgets are smaller, you ask them to bring clothes, and when the budget is bigger,
You
then I
just
bring
the
everything.
sky's the limit.
Yes, you come, and we'll do the fitting,
That's
and then we'll
nice.
just create the look.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So yeah, regarding that that shoe, the Shoe Palace Nike collaboration, thanks to you at the end of the day, you invited me, bring the car, and I was involved in that shoot as well. It was
Yes.
surprising at the end of the day. I wasn't expecting to do that, to be honest with you. I was just my thought it was just to bring the car, letting guys use it, and that's it. And thank you for giving uh, that opportunity. It was definitely a different experience. You know what I mean?
Well,
Uh,
thank you for well, thank you for being part of that project. I remember when Shoe Palace asked me to produce the job. That was my first time being a producer, and not only the producer, I wore many hats on that one. And I remember we needed an old school car, and I I posted I needed a car, and you reached out, and then I was like, "Oh, this car looks dope. I would love for you to come, and thank you for making the time and bringing it. And you also were a model, and I appreciate
Thank you.
that. You guys should check it out.
That was a great
It looks
experience.
really really dope. It's definitely
So
one of the ones that I'm very proud of.
you should,
Yes,
because it came out really good. It was
yeah,
definitely one of the books.
yeah. I did a lot of the designing. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's nice when I'm able to design and put in my own designs into a
Your
project
creation.
in my creation. Yes, and yeah, it was for Nike, and you were wearing the Cortez. Um, yeah, you were like the big shot. The money shot was right there. You were the money
It's
shot.
definitely a great experience.
Yes.
Once you see a final product like the one that we say, collaboration with Nike and Shoe Palace or any other um projects, and when you see the final product and it's out there in media on TV, how do you feel about that? Does it brings this joy, or how do you feel?
Every time a project comes out,
Mhm.
I feel very happy. It's proud moments. The hard work pays off, and the payoff is like that joy. And I love it.
That's
It's
good.
like I don't think that feeling will ever get old. And yeah, and I hope that what I feel right now every time I do a project, that everybody else gets to experience that. And I don't take for granted the beautiful privilege I have. Um, I started from nothing, and I built this, and if I did it, you can as well.
That's nice. When you do a project, you start with this nice and strong attitude, or you doubt yourself as like, I'm not sure. Or how do you start a project?
Every time I start a project, I've become more wiser. There's been times where I think twice. I don't want to say the word, but
Hmm.
yes. And I learned that you can't do that. You can't ever second guess. You give it your all, be firm. Um, I'm very nice, very kind, but there's times where I can't be that person, because if I am that person, I learned that they see you as you don't know what you're doing. And I do know what I'm doing. So, I have to show, who I am, and you can't show them that you're nervous. Because yeah, you're nervous, but you don't want them to think you being nervous.
You're doubting
You're
yourself.
doubting yourself. Yes.
Reminiscing all of this, when you started this journey, you were, early out of high school,
I started when in my 20s.
your 20s.
My 20s. Um the right after high school, I worked at a few retail stores. I worked at a restaurant. I was a hostess. I remember selling things that I don't know what it was, but it was like some medicine, like a holistic medicine. And we were at a it was like a swap meet, and I really didn't like it.
Gotta pay the bills.
We have to pay the bills, and I know what it feels to not work in something you don't like. And that's my fuel. It's like, I didn't know how I was gonna get here, but one job after the other, and then moving to LA, that was my where it all started.
That's great.
Mm.
What I wanted to say that at that age, when you were going through that different jobs, and your mentality was for you to come to this route. You were 20 years old, and let's say you have this young girl full of dreams, trying to be something in life. If she wanted to have an advice from you, what would be your advice to that 20-year-old girl?
My advice to my 20-year old and my young self is thank you for not giving up and pushing through. And even though you didn't know, you didn't let it stop you. And thank you for not giving up, and for your strong faith. And and that's my advice to everybody. Just don't give up. There is a way where there's a will, there's a way. So, and I believe that. And we all have a path. And I know hardships make it hard, but it's a bump. And, you know, um, it's okay to regret, but also learn from your mistakes. And so a mistake is more, it's a teaching, it's wisdom. And that's how you need to see it.
And let's give it a try. And you know, if you like it, if you like it. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Living without regrets and
Yes.
making the best out of it at the end of
Yes.
the day. If anyone of the viewers want to reach out to you because they want to hire you or they want to follow you, how could they reach out?
Okay, so you can reach me at my through my Instagram or my email, Boroses at iCloud.com. And my Instagram, you can see my work at Boroses, and my website is boroses.com.
Great.
Yes. Please reach out if you want. I can design alterations, create movies, short films, personal styling, consulting. I am that person.
She's the goal.
On the go. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. Always. With that being said, just remember that people will respect you as much as you respect yourself. So keep pushing. Don't regret anything to make the best out of it. Well,
Yes.
thank you for
Thank
having
you
me.
so
Always a
much.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Of course.